What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Back on live with Kitty J. Cherry, what's going on? How you doing? What's going on,
My
brother?
brother, what's happening with you, man?
Not much, man. Welcome to RnB Souleffect-Tv,
For
man.
sure, for sure. I know what it is. Rashad, what's poppin', man? Everything
Yeah.
good?
Man, it's been good,
Yeah.
man. Shoot, just, man, under the weather and stuff like that, But other than that, man, I'm cool,
Cool
man.
beans, cool
Yeah.
beans.
Man, but make a long story short, man, I want to say congratulations on your new single, Love Is All We Need.
Appreciate it.
And, no problem, man. It's a hot record. Now, before we get to your history and everything, how did this, record come about?
It came about with just me recognizing in society and the world at large that there is a lack of it. Love seems to be lacking in a lot of what we deal with on a day-to-day basis, which requires us, if we don't understand what it is, it allows us to treat our brothers and sisters like it's not a big deal. We see with all the things that are going on the internet with brutality and just everybody in different communities is just treating each other like crap.
Yeah.
This Love Is All We Need was really just shedding light on the things that we'll need in society to kind of help us propel to a level where we're able to love our neighbors like ourselves. So it just kind of speaks to, as an artist, we want to put things in the atmosphere that's going to help the world. Sometimes we can put stuff in the atmosphere that's not going to do anything too much but get us jumping around and pelvis thrusting and all of that sort of stuff. But as artists, we got to learn that our gifts that we have are not just necessarily for us, but it's to help the atmosphere in the world be a better place. So that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we live in a time where, most male artists and female artists that does R&B, they're afraid to try to talk about something that's positive.
Right.
They're going to talk about, well, he did me wrong or she did me wrong,
Yeah.
but some people are just afraid, for whatever reason. I get it because they scared they might come out the element.
Right. It's necessary. I don't have a problem talking about love. I don't have a problem talking about different situations that a person may, get themselves in or whatever. But we can't shed so much light on that where we forget about, the man that's on the corner that doesn't have any food to eat. You know what I mean? The differences between our culture and other cultures, when we can't come together and join together as one. When we see, people on the street and, people at higher levels, kind of enforcing their power on them, that sort of thing. We got to stand up and just really spread love throughout the world and the nation.
Absolutely. Now, correct me on this. Did you grow up in Jersey? Are you from like a different state?
Yeah, I grew up in Jersey. Jersey's my home state. I'm from Inglewood, New Jersey. It's about, I don't know, 20 minutes away from Patterson.
Okay.
So I'm Jersey born, raised, and all of that. So that's where it's at for me.
Yeah, it's funny, man. When I was growing up, man, all I heard about was Inglewood, California, but I know there was an Inglewood in Jersey.
Yeah, it's Inglewood.
I said, what the hell, man?
Yeah, Inglewood, California, they spell it that with an I. Inglewood, Jersey, you spell what they need. Yeah, so yeah, that's where all of the greats come from. So many great. You do your research and find out, how rich the soil is of Inglewood, New Jersey, from acting to R&B, to hip hop. It's a pretty popular area for great talent to come out of there.
When you was growing up, who was like your personal inspirations, that inspire you to want to be an artist?
As a child, everybody that's in the industry that's kind of in the light, everybody seems to like everybody. I don't think I have anybody specifically that I kind of can point to. I love music as a whole. I don't care if it's gospel, R&B, jazz, calypso, Latin. I mean, I like music of all genres, so I don't have anybody particularly. I like everybody's style. Producers, because I'm a producer, I kind of go with the R&B today, with the Teddy Riley and the New Jack Swing. That's the era that I'm from. That's kind of where I grew up in. Guy, the Rodney Jerkins, and that era is kind of, you know, where I'm from. So music, Stevie Wonder is someone that was, you know, my dad used to play his records all the time. And Stevie Wonder is kind of like that guy for me. If I was to choose one, yeah, he would be that guy for sure. Yeah.
Now, in your early beginnings, you know, you were singing, what you would like in R&B groups, or was you like in a gospel group and stuff like that?
Yeah, mainly gospel. Of course, everybody in gospel kind of went to R&B, R&B.
Yeah.
But gospel is where the majority of us that's in R&B kind of got their chops from. Gospel was it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, from there, how did you do, like, some of the members of RIFF? Did y'all grew up together, or, you know, was it like bit like through mutual friends or something?
Yeah. Everybody in RIFF, like all of those are family. We grew up in church together. We're connected in so many different ways. They sung. Quartet was a popular form of music in Jersey, where everybody that was singing and playing instruments were. We met there, and it's been 20 some odd years that I knew those guys. A lot of years, and, you know, kind of, you know, our families met each other. You know, some of our families kind of met each other and they got married. So basically, all of us are married. Well, all of us married into the same family, I would say.
Yeah, because like when I first heard you sing, you know, on some of the joints, man, I said, man, like that boy could blow. Usually, though, when people look at RIFF, people think about Diddy be like the main lead guy and stuff like that. And I thought it was cool, you know, get a chance to hear, you know, different brothers in there sing. I mean, like, I know Smooth B sing, I heard his voice and Anthony stuff, but just to hear your voice, I thought it was cool because you got a chance to be introduced to that side of the lane. You know, like, I'm like, what was the love like, you know, be part of a legendary group?
For sure, it was all love. That is kind of where I really kind of like, you know, kind of kept it going. You know, I was always in love with music. RIFF just really put me at a point where I can see it from a different lens. So them being in a legendary group, they kind of introduced me to a wider audience that they were able to kind of see, you know, what my passion is. And if you sing, you sing. You know, I don't care where you are. I don't care, you know, if you're in R&B, if you're in gospel, if you're singing Mary Had a Little Lamb, if you're going to sing it, you're going to sing it regardless. You're going to sing it wherever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Exactly. You know, one thing I meant to ask you, when it comes to like the songwriting process, you know, what the ideas, you know, flow through your head, you know, that kind of inspires you want to create music.
It's a bunch of different things for me. I can see a situation. I don't have to be inspired by any particular event. I can just, you know, something can just spark in my head and I can just start to write. Normally it'll start with lyrics sometimes it'll start with the melody. Sometimes it'll start with the rhythm. It depends on which way it goes. You know, as a writer, you know, it's no one particular way you write. You know, wherever you get inspired is wherever you get to putting the pen to the paper. You know, my phone got hundreds of licks and melodies in it. You know, when you ride down the street, something will hit your head, and you just put it in the memo section of your phone. Come back home and work it out and get something. Yeah,
absolutely. You know, it's funny how like the way the internet is, because it's like you can have an album out, and people once they hear that album, man, after like 5-6 months, man, like we need something else. You know, for you. You know, is it best to like just put out singles to get to that album, depending, or just more like just keep the singles until, you know, you were in a good situation to put out an album, to put out videos and stuff like that? I mean, you know, what's your strategy when it comes to all the business?
I mean, I'm still learning that area of marketing, I will say. It's kind of hard to kind of put out a plan, and that, you know, sometimes you can put out a plan and it won't work. You got to kind of shake the dice on anything that you're doing, hoping that it will hit. You know, obviously, you have to have a purpose about it, but sometimes you can put out something that you don't really know what it's going to do, and it's the fans and the people that are able to hear it and say, "Yo, I like that," and they kind of push it and kind of give you somewhat of a plan to know how you're gonna go forward. So I like putting out records because the body of work is good. I like that, that aspect of putting out music. But sometimes these days, because of so much music is out, you got to kind of, slowly put it out. But you don't want to just oversaturate the market, but you still want to get your stuff out. So it's kind of catch and go. Whatever the market is doing, whatever people want you to do, that's how you work that out.
Yeah. I tell you one thing. I remember when I was, I think I was talking to, I don't know, Diddy or somebody like that, when I was on Vibe Session, I got interviewed. Mm-hmm. Y'all covered the song, You're the Inspiration. Mm-hmm. And I said, man, they heard that song forever,
yeah.
And stuff, man. And I was like, yo, this song here definitely needs to be on airways. But you know how this politics, man. Right. It's hard to get on those main stations and stuff like that. Like how do those records come about?
Well, when I came into the group at that time, that was one of the songs that they were kind of trying to hone in and put it out first. It was a classic. It was a song that kind of fit a lot of cultures. A lot of cultures liked that song, and it was something that we put out that was going to hopefully bring it all together so we can kind of get everybody listening to what RIFF is doing at that time. And it was fairly successful. I think people got a chance to hear RIFF on something as classic as they would say as that Chicago piece. So it came about, it was already put together. I just kind of put my spin on it and kept it rocking. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, because I like the whole story concept, show the father, with a single father, try to keep everything together, financially, hope to get a job and take care of his kids and stuff. And I like how that story was put together. And I thought about, said, if you would have given that situation to any artist, that would have been a whole different story. It had nothing to do with the inspiration, a bit about relationship, But it's good that it took, what I like about what y'all did is separate from what singers are been doing. Like if you, it's like, for example, like if you tell me about, Good Times, I know every episode. I know James got killed. I know, the mother lost some place and stuff like that. I want something to do. And stuff.
Yeah, it's important that artists understand that we're not in this genre just to speak about one subject matter. We got so many things that we could talk about. Being inspired, and as that storyline went in inspiration, when the bills is due, your son, as that goes, is looking at you to see how you're going to handle it. That's going to help him as he transitions through life. So if you're going to have a situation that you're not sure how to get out, when you find a way and your son is looking at you, that's the inspirational part of it, where you're kind of being a leader and a father in your home, so you can teach him how to do it and raise his family the same way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The next video y'all did was Relax. Yep. I like that one too. Say it was classy, it was laid back. How did that record come about?
Chuck, rest in peace, was somebody who put that record together and put RIFF on it, and they smashed it. It was something, it didn't get as much recognition as we wanted it to get, but we got to kind of get back into a situation where we're working the record. Working the record is going to make it pop. Getting on shows like yours, getting on everybody's show, just kind of shedding some light on what the thing is. People loved the Relax. I loved it, and it's still rocking. It's still rocking. It's definitely it should be a classic of RIFF that they do for sure.
Yeah, that's what I can see the legacy about RIFF is that sound, man. It's timeless. No matter if the song they did, all the songs they did in the past, and especially going to currently, it's like that sound would never fade away. Especially like the legacy that they put in. I know sometimes people, when they think about the group, they think about the song for the anthem of the school, but. And I remember one time I told this work, but I said, man, you know how many hits these brothers that had? Man, that's why I did like a whole video collage.
I'm certainly RIFF appreciates that. And I just think we can't lose the essence of what R&B music is. We can't lose the folk that kind of was, stood the test of time. They still around. RIFF is still around, rocking and killing the game. Old older, but their vocals are still hitting. So that's important to know. And some people can't really say that. And I ain't getting into that, Rashad. You know how it is. You know,
Yeah, I already know.
some cats get a little bit older and kind of, you know, years and situations and things just took a toll on them, and they don't have the same vocals that they did some
Yeah,
years ago.
man.
So we don't want to get off into that, but you know what it is.
Yeah, I don't want to go there because it's like one particular brother I ain't gonna mention.
Yeah.
Man, I've been tagged left and right about that. I ain't want to go there, but
I ain't gonna bother you because I know.
yeah, that's between him and God. He got to work on that. Everybody know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
And stuff. Now, on the business said, did you have people like school you about the business, or that's something that you learned on your own when you was coming up?
I went to a school called the Institute of Audio Research in New York City. Back in the 90s, in the early, no, probably late 90s, but probably like 97. So I was turned on to the business at that time, you know, through reading, you know, certain pieces of material. You knew what the business was then. If you pay attention to what the business is now, is totally different. All right. The introduction of social media, all of these social platforms and all that sort of stuff changed the platform or changed what music of that we knew back then. It's a lot different than it is now. So I kind of took that knowledge and kind of built on it and just started to really look at what music was doing. And you can't market music the same way like you did then. You know, budgets aren't that much. They're not giving a lot of advancements out. So you basically got to be an artist ready to go if a record company wants to sign you. So you have to have already your following. You have to have already your marketing in place. And these days, it makes it easier as an independent artist to have your own distribution company. People that can press your situation up. You ain't pressing CDs no more, so everything is MP3. So if you can get a good following and that following is faithful to you, you should be able to kind of, you know, be successful in it. My understanding of that helped me understand, and common sense, because a lot of it's common sense, helped me understand what it's about. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, because it's funny, man, because some of the independent artists of this new generation, they're so infatuated by views and you know, try to get signed. And I get it, but don't worry about things. You know, it's like God knows when your time when it's your time, but hopefully that decision is a good decision that you're going in.
Right. And you have to know that as an artist. You got to keep fresh. You got to stay kind of knowing what the business is doing and stay creating. Never, ever, ever, ever stop. Always find yourself writing a song. Always find yourself evolving. Always find yourself kind of trying to be better. And, you know, engage people. You know, sometimes at the events, you know, don't cut out when you're done. Sometimes stay around and shake hands, talk to people, network. Those are all the things at the foundational level that's going to help you sustain in the business. If you started just acting like you've arrived, you can't do that these days. You got to make sure you engage with the people and know what they're looking for. They want to shake your hand. They want to know that, you know, they want you to know that they bought your record, and you got to make sure you appreciate them and thank them, because without them, what are we doing it for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, and stuff. Now, correct me on this. You got a couple performances with the group, don't you? Or you got like a solo set that you're working on?
Well, I did 2 weeks ago. We were in New York City with the New York Vibe situation that was put on with Roger, Law, Edson Sean, and Riff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They gave me a spot to do one of the songs that I do was All of Me by John Legend. And and that song just really did good. It hit the internet and it took off. Everybody is liking my rendition of it. So that is something that we got cooking for that. So we're going to kind of use that. And these are the type of things that we have to understand as artists. You know, when you see something that people enjoy you do, take that and take it to another level, because that's an indicator that people are paying attention to what you're doing. And if they like that, they want you to put some of that out. So my job next is to put something else out.
Yeah, man, because I remember when I saw the flyer, and I said, man, like, I wish I was up there, man, because it looked like, you know, like one of the biggest, you know, events and stuff. But I said, like, I knew everybody threw down. And then one of the ladies I know, I ain't gonna mention her name, and I asked her how the show was, and all she cared about was, people was getting on her nerve. I was like, let me ask the real people that got some common sense, man. I ain't got time. Like you just made my head hurt on that.
It was a very successful show. Everybody was phenomenal. Everybody did their thing. Of course, Roger showed up. Of course, Edson Sean showed up. Of course, Law showed up. And it was just 4 artists, RIFF being a group, came together to do one show, New York vibe, and it was definitely a success. I'm always looking for the positive out of it. I am sincerely hoping that show is taken somewhere else, because it is definitely something that's going to be successful. It's definitely, because you got 4 artists. You know what I mean? You got 4 artists, and we ain't stopping. So we're not going to solo. And now we have this one, and now we have this one. We ain't doing that. We just go 2 songs apiece. Everybody, this is 2 songs. When I'm finished, so somebody else pop up there, and you keep it going. Don't ever let the momentum fall down. If you keep that momentum up, man, it's going to be successful. So that's what we need. That was dope. Really dope.
Yeah, man, because I thought to myself, I said, man, I hope, that continues on, something like that, because it shows you that, it's a lot of great music out there and stuff. And because I know like last year when I said a YouTube comment, I said, some of these bootleg DJs, they play, music there from artists independent. And one guy was like, what do you mean, man? I play this and that. I said, my brother, I ain't said you. And if I knew you, then it'd been a different story. I ain't mention your name. See, people take something the wrong way when I can say it. And stuff. But, but I just like music, man. And, like, Law, man, that performance, man, he be throwing it down, man. I mean, dude.
You get that.
I tell you, man, the type of energy he got, man, I said, man.
Yeah, and that's what we need in any show. We can't not take our abilities for granted and think that it's all that serious. Everybody still got up there like it was the first time, and they was chomping it down. Law did his thing with that guitar. You know what I mean? He got that Prince. He got that Prince rendition that he does, and he kills it. He killed it. Edson Sean. What can I say? All of those guys are instrumentalists, not only singers. You know what I mean? So they sung and played the instruments. Roger or just did their thing. Riff did their thing. It was so dope. It was so dope. So I had the opportunity to do that song, and it went over pretty good, and everybody loved it, and I was happy that people enjoyed it. So we good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed that you became like one of the guest hosts on the Vibe sessions and stuff like that. How did that situation came about?
Yeah, well, Nitty Green just asked me to be a part of it, and I have a different perspective. I talk out of my heart, I'm not talking, some foolishness. I think I have a great perspective and a good understanding on situations and things, and I guess people are liking that. So that's why I joined that situation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is good, to have another perspective. Especially, that's one thing I try to tell people all the time, it's like certain podcasts, I can't explain everyone, besides the music part, talk about life in general, like the modes of, like the levels of a man and a woman. It's good to have different opinions without somebody pinpoint like, nah, that ain't right, this and that. It's just my opinion of how viewers see things. Everybody views see things different and stuff. So I thought that was excellent, to bring you all that stuff. Shouts to Diddy.
Appreciate it. Big shout.
And all them there and stuff like that.
For sure. Big shout to everybody. It's good to have a perspective and know, and it doesn't even necessarily have to mean that people will agree what you say. At least have some sort of idea what you want to say and be able to articulate it and know what you're talking about. And, if people agree with it, they do. If they don't, they don't. It's okay. That's what we have to get in our world today. It's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to have a difference and still be able to love somebody, regardless of what their side is. Still okay. It's still okay. So that's where I am with it. So I don't care who was. I don't care if you're white, black, yellow, green. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you treat me like a human being and much respect, man, and if I can't see you like that, it's cool. I still got mad love for you. I'll keep it pushing. You know what I mean? But that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, because like every time, man, like when I see y'all on there, man, I see like, and it's cool because you see different races, everybody coming together. everybody, you know, have a common ground agree, okay, you know, this is how general life is, you know, even though all of our worlds are different based on our upbringing, but we all can agree on the general life, how it is,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right. As the song says, we need healing in America from corruption to suffering. Right. We need healing in America. We need a whole bunch of things in America, not just America, in our world. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are trying to kind of get their food in their mouths. Some people are just kind of trying to get by. If you see somebody that needs some help, man, help them. If you can't help them, that's cool. You can't help them. But if you can, help them, because you'll find yourself in a situation where you would want to be helped if you were put there. So help people. See people what they want. Pay it forward. Do whatever. Just show love, man. Respect everybody. You know what I mean? If you don't like them, still respect everybody. And know what it is. So that's the energy that I'm putting out in the world. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Before we wrap it up, man, thank you for taking your time, man, coming on here, man. And I've been wanting, you know, interview you, you know, whatever it is, with, you know, you do your solo thing or the group itself. Cause I know it's kind of hard because Instagram don't like lousy people go live.
But
you know what I'm saying? And everybody got different stuff. You know, going on.
I'm appreciative of you having me on your show, man. Certainly an honor to be here and just to push the song. Phenomenal. Thanks to everybody that supported it. Kick Up Your Heels crew, Katrina Hurts, everybody, RIFF, Nitty, everybody that kind of contributed and helped push. Love is all we need. This thing should be out to the world so everybody can hear that if there's one thing in the world that we need, one thing, most of the time it ain't no car, ain't no new car, ain't no new piece of jewelry. Is love. If we could do that, I think we'll see a whole lot of things happen better for us.
Amen to that, man.
For sure.
And shouts to Katrina Hurts, you know, I'll tell you, you know, like of all the women that's either their manager or publicist, she's like one of the small percentages of women I know that works hard, ain't no groupie, ain't out here chasing people just to be seen or anything like that, man. I mean, you know, watch her grind. She's about her business. And I honor her for that. She, you know, she's not no day and night person. And thank you, Katrina, for
thank you so
making
much.
Stuff happen.
Salute, Katrina, for sure.
But man, but all that though, man, definitely gotta do this again. On your next record, you know, saying drop it and stuff, man. Cause my brother, I tell you, man, you know, like you're probably like maybe like the closer to the 30th, maybe like 34, 35 person I interviewed from out of Jersey.
Wow, Jersey's rocking, man. Big shout to Jersey. Man. Big shout to Jersey. Salute, man, for sure.
Yeah, cause you some platforms, man, you have people come from Georgia, this and that. I'm probably like maybe one of the handful of people that gets from the upper East Coast. So that's saying a lot. And I think because a lot of times in the South, you know, the demographic is like rap. You know, so I'm glad there's more R&Bs come from different states besides people might think might come from Cali or whatever else and stuff like that. But man, oh yeah, man. Before you get off here, man, I know you had you laughing. I mentioned the comment. I ain't gonna say what it was, because I wouldn't even. I mean, even though it was funny, I wouldn't try to be funny, but I would just keep it real.
It's all good. I get it. I know where you're going. I understand. I get it. You're absolutely right, and we got to do better. That's all I'm gonna say. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. We got to. do better.
Yeah, man. You ain't lying about that, bro.
We got to do better. So.
Yeah, but that's why I try to get, you know, like, that's why I try to get on 5 sessions, man. Like, now, like, if I leave a comment, man, it's going
to go left, right? Well, that's what it is, you know, if people don't know Rashad, please come correct. Please know what you're talking about. And please don't look like a dummy doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because Rashad is certainly going to be one that call you out for sure. So it's good.
Man, I call you out fast. Yeah. Man.
Still clear of his trial, man, when it comes to that. It's still clear. Take a strong.
Yeah, and like, I'm not to put, you know, like me, like I'm not to put out nobody. Just common sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I deal with. I like common sense. Sometimes common sense ain't common these days. So I get it. So I'm gonna leave that right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kim said, I'm not fooling with you.
Nah.
Shouts to Kim. Well, she already know how I am. So, but all that up, man. But wrap it up, man. But thank you for coming on here again, man. Can't wait to drop more singles, man. Bring you on here again.
We got something popping
for future projects.
Something popping.
Yeah, man. You a RIFF, man, and Oh, I know. Last time y'all say y'all gonna do like it was like a remake, something like that, like of the original, with like RIFF's first album.
Oh,
Yeah,
supposedly that's still in the works. I did take a step back from the RIFF whole scenario. If nobody knows, I did take a step back. I had to do that because they had unfinished business that they had to take care of with the other two guys. Now those other two guys are back. Um, I am more of a person that I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna let whatever they need to do for sure, do it. And I am not angry, not mad. My prayer is that their career takes off, and they're all friends of mine. So I like to maintain friendships. You know, friendships over business. If you can't have a business situation because it's friendships in a way, or vice versa, I'm going to choose business because I'm going to choose friendship because friendship is the thing that's going to last. Business is going to come and go. So I value friendship, so I'm going to stick with that, and I'm going to keep rocking and doing what I do, and that's what it is, man. So big shout to everybody on the RIFF squad, 10th floor, 10th floor, y'all do y'all thing. Much love, much respect, and we're going to keep pushing. That's all.
Yeah, because I'm glad you clear it up because, as one of my fans and people that's close to the business, they be speculating or they will say some kind of get ahead of themselves like, nah, it ain't like this. Yeah. So I'm glad you cleared it up. And stuff.
Kenny,
and I mean, to me, I already knew it was common sense. So I was like, nobody had to say nothing to me.
Man. Kenny J is cool. I'm a cool, calm cucumber, bro. I'm chilling. I'm good. I ain't angry at anybody. Again, I'm pushing love in the atmosphere. I'm pushing love in the world. Man, I'm going to love everybody, and I'm going to treat people like I want to be treated, and that's what it is. So I'm cool. I'm not mad or angry at anybody. Much love to them. I'm still friends with them, and I'm probably still going to do some music for them. It's all good. It's all love. But I just had to choose some other direction, so it's cool.
Yeah, which is cool, Yeah. I think as adults, we should always have an understanding. Don't have to get mad, exploded. And some people are like, oh, man, they hate. Nah, I never hate. This is just...
No. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm good. Trust me. I'm okay. Those guys are doing phenomenal. They just got off of a show in Dallas that was very phenomenal. They got a Kansas City show coming up in this month, I believe, and they have something else they have scheduled for June. So they still rocking. They ain't gonna skip a beat. It's cool. We good.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming on here. Sure. Shouts to everybody. Viewing this live and stuff. This interview will be on YouTube within an hour.
Man, good luck. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Rashad. I appreciate you, man. Salute.
You got it, brother.
Man. Much love.
All right.